Well, first of all, I would like to give my thanks to Alex and Melinda and all the members of the board for welcoming me here today to give this presentation. Also, it's so inspiring to see so many people here in the audience because we're all here because we want to make a difference and make an impact for our disability community. So I definitely am feeling the spirit and the energy here today. I'd like to share a personal story that might explain something about my journey and how I got here to where I am today. I would not be the successful professional I am today without my very first college recruiter. When I was a college student, I decided to drop my interest in becoming a teacher, and that was a big decision because I wanted to pursue a field in human resources. And that's a field that requires a lot of communication and a lot of interaction with people. So it was a big decision, and I was determined to not let my being deaf be a barrier. I saw a job posting at the time on a disability website that they were hiring HR interns, and I thought, wow, this is a perfect time to apply because I needed that experience in order to get my feet wet and get into the field in HR. So of course I was excited. I sent off my application immediately. The company, Osram Sylvania, which is a subdivision of the Siemens Corporation, their recruiter contacted me, a woman named Maureen. We had some email correspondence. She seemed very interested in me, and she assured me that I was a very strong candidate for the internship. And so I applied, and a few weeks later, I learned that the position was filled by someone else. So I naturally didn't think anything of it at the time. I just moved ahead with my search for an internship somewhere else. Well, Maureen was determined to keep our communication open and stayed in touch with me. Even though ultimately I was rejected for that internship, she still maintained contact with me. Well, a few weeks later, she reached out again and encouraged me to apply for another opening at the company. So I went for it, submitted my application. Unfortunately, they hired someone else again. You know, I was applying to a lot of different companies, but no one was interested. No one was hiring me. And I had to have a very heartfelt conversation with myself and ask, is my being deaf really affecting their decisions and whether or not to hire me? Maureen was very optimistic and kept assuring me that I had a strong set of skills that would apply anywhere I wanted. So I accepted her feedback, and a few weeks later, she reached out to me again and encouraged me to apply for another position that had opened in another HR internship that had opened in her office. So I applied again, and this time they hired me. I guess third time's a charm. Maureen was my tireless advocate and mentor during my time with that internship. She introduced me to people with disabilities who were already working at the company. She also introduced me to people in leadership positions in the company, exposed me to those roles and what those people did and what opportunities were out there. Now, ever since that time, my career has soared. So I wouldn't be the success I was today with lots of people who've made contributions to my success. So I'd like to share with you 3 ideas before we leave. First of all, when you are hired, find ways to contribute to your company and contribute to their strategy for hiring a diverse workforce. In other words, pay it forward. When your colleagues are inspired by the work you do, they are inspired to in turn hire other people with disabilities. I encourage you to work with your companies to become an employer of choice for the disability community. If the company doesn't have a diversity strategy, work with them to implement one. Find ways to include people with disabilities in hiring procedures and help them coordinate that. This will not only benefit you and our community, but it also benefits the entire company to share in that accountability for hiring a diverse workforce. Secondly, there's a lot of amazing nonprofit organizations, some of them here in this room and here at the Ed Roberts campus, who would love to work with companies to partner and support them in hiring people with disabilities into the company. Third, post your job announcements. If you're a company, make sure your company posts job announcements for employment in spaces that are visible to people with disabilities. The Department of Labor website has many wonderful resources to help assist with that. I myself work with Google, and I've been helping Google to enhance their approaches to hiring a diverse workforce and hire people with disabilities, and this is my way of paying it forward. Secondly, I strongly encourage you to find a mentor. Having a mentor is a key strategy to finding success in your career. I've had over 30 different mentors in my career so far, and lots of people who advocate for me and help coach me in my journey. So I encourage you to find people who will invest in you, invest their time, and educate you and help you learn how to navigate through your career. And you have to ask for what you want. Right now I have 2 dedicated mentors who I meet with on a regular basis, and then several other people who are informal coaches to me and help me navigate. And so I leverage those different resources, these people who advise me and have helped me get to where I am today. Third, find your advocate. Sometimes an advocate doesn't necessarily have to be your mentor. It can be someone who can coach you in many amazing ways. I've had wonderful people who maybe couldn't dedicate the time to be a mentor to me, but there's someone who I could always rely on to advocate for me when I needed them and would be instantly available to sit down with me and help me get through a certain situation. This may be for an accommodation issue or for something that comes up in the workforce where you need that support. And that person can help you steer you in the right direction and make sure you're a success. And being an advocate and advocating for yourself is important just because it's a general human principle, whether you're a man, a woman, gay, straight, disabled or not. There is one common human principle that affects everyone. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need and advocate for your needs. You would be surprised how much people are willing to assist you. The trajectory for my career in the HR field is just beginning. I assertively reach out to people for advice and approach people to become mentors to me. And expending that time and energy doing that was really no effort at all because it's priceless to grow your career. by working with other people who want to work with you and help you grow. You need allies who will help empower you. And find employers who will give you a chance to grow your technical skills and enhance the company. And these companies need to learn about you, and they will inspire you. You need to find people who will give you that guidance. My mentor gave me the faith in myself to pursue my passion. So make sure you reach out to those people, because then as you are inspired, you will inspire others. When you are a success, the entire tech industry is successful as well. Thank you.